Well, there's red flags and horror stories out there, but Utahns are still losing thousands to scammers, not getting the message. Well, some crooks convinced one woman to go to her bank and take out nearly $20,000 in cash and mail it to them. But then something that rarely happens did. Dan Rascon has the details.
We're going to FedEx office.
A time of excitement.
It's a lot of money.
And emotion.
I don't sleep at night.
For 79-year-old Linda Hermanson.
Here we are.
As she goes to pick up a life-changing delivery at the FedEx store in Draper. It all started back in January when a virus alert popped up on her computer screen.
So I clicked on it.
She follows the promptings and soon gets a phone call.
He asked if he could access my screen, and hesitantly I said yes.
Linda says the man then fixed the viruses and convinced her to buy a 3-year service plan. 1 month later, he calls back saying the company is going out of business and needs to refund her 2 payments of $200. He pulls up her bank account on the computer and makes it appear like she's transferring the money to her account from his account.
So I put $200, and all of a sudden the figure came up, $20,000. He added the zeros.
The caller then pulls up Linda's bank account showing a $20,000 deposit.
And showed me, he said, see, it's already deposited in your account, the $20,000.
The man tells Linda she could just pay him $19,500. He then tells her how to wrap the cash and send it through FedEx. Fortunately, her daughter found out what was happening and called FedEx, which intercepted the delivery.
I'm shaking.
Are you?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Which brings us back to here. Linda is getting her money back. FedEx deposited her cash and cut her a check.
That's $19,500 that I got back. I'm so glad. I am so happy.
What a relief.
Look at me shake.
It was very close. I mean, it's a large amount of money.
Sergeant J.C. Holt with West Jordan Police are investigating the case.
It was very methodical, it was very calculated, very sophisticated, really. And so they're getting better. They're getting better at it. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right.
Dan joining us now to take us behind the story. Wow, she is so lucky, and what a great ending to something that could have been so bad for her.
Oh yeah, it definitely. I mean, in talking to her, I just felt my heart just ached because she didn't want to really tell her story to begin with because, I mean, who wants to admit that you fell for something like this? But it was amazing, the sophistication. She wanted to make sure people knew about it. And if you look at the sophistication that they were actually able to take her computer and pull up her bank account and make it appear. She said, all my stuff was right there. I could see my bank account, all my charges and everything.
Wow.
And they took it and just put that $20,000 deposit. And she said, from all indications, to me, that $20,000 went in there. And also, they were very patient. As I mentioned, that they took a month. I mean, they called her, they set it all up, her computer, fixed her computer, and then a month later, they call back.
So they built that trust in a sense.
Yeah.
So that's another thing we should look out for, because usually scammers are like, okay, we need your credit card right now or else, you know, there's something wrong. So it seems like scammers are getting more sophisticated.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that really, she said, kind of threw me off, that it wasn't like they wanted it right then and there. They gave me some time to kind of think about it, and then they called back and said, hey, how are things going? How's the service and everything? Sorry, we're going out of business. We want to refund you your money for the 3-year protection plan. Here's how we do it. And then that's when they brought up her bank account and everything like that. And that's when she was completely deceived. I mean, to the point where you actually go to the bank and she really believed that she owed them $19,500. That's just kind of what an honest woman she is, that she felt like she had $20,000 in her bank that shouldn't be there.
Thank goodness that her daughter stepped in.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Also that FedEx was able to help out. So how did that happen? Did the daughter just contact FedEx and let them know?
Yes, FedEx, the daughter contacted FedEx right away and said, hey, this is the type of package it looks like. This is the tracking number. This is everything about it. And they stopped it and were able to get a hold of it. Now, I'm not exactly sure where they ended up capturing it or stopping it, but they didn't want to mail back, you know, $19,000, $500 in cash, and that's why you saw that there was an actual check in there. So they cut her a check. But according to I wasn't able to confirm this with FedEx, but according to the family, they said that FedEx found other packages wrapped the very same way, because it was very distinctive how she was supposed to wrap the package, so that when it arrived at the house, those crooks knew exactly what to look for and everything. And apparently it was an Airbnb, So they could have been just, you know, waiting, and when they saw the FedEx truck pull up and drop it off, they're there to pick it up.
Right. Wow. And so police were able to speak to the alleged scammer, but nothing.
Yeah, exactly. The scammers were so just not even fazed by police at all. I mean, police officers like, I'm an officer, we're going to come after you, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Wow.
Hey, get me Linda on the phone, you know, kind of thing. They did not even care, because they're going through an internet phone, and they're using other means, and also it sounded as though they were out of the country. So to them, there's no way for police to get a hold of them. So,
well, at least by doing this story, you're helping us all, you know, keep an eye out for something like this.
And that's what Linda's whole purpose was here.
Right.
Hopefully somebody may see this and not fall into the same trap, or even make people more aware of what's out there.
Dan, thank you so much
Sure.
for bringing this story and helping us all understand. Do not fall for these things.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That's right.
Appreciate it.